Hey, welcome to the closing beat, everybody. Happy Monday. How you doing out there? I hope you had a good holiday weekend. Got a long break. I got like so much sleep. My body's not ready to get back to work, but I'm here. I'm ready to roll with you. We are financial advisors here to talk about the stock market, share some data with you. We're very data focused. I really don't like, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion, but I really don't like where people have like, oh, it's going to go up, you should buy it, it should go down. Let's look at the data. What data do you have wrapped around that? So we're going to cover a lot of that here today, and I hope you'll join us. Thank you for coming, all that stuff. Welcome. Doc's here, John's here. Hello, everybody. Armando, with the hands, man, with the hands. Mike, good day. How we doing there? Wow, what a day, right? Not really a surprise, but kind of what an interesting day in terms of a reversal. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you guys. Just going to congratulate you guys. For Black Friday, retail sales were down 28%, so you weren't spending your dough. I love it. And there's a problem, though. There's one problem. So for those of you that did go shopping, you spent the same amount. So 28% lower than Black Friday on 2019. We sort of count 2020 as a asterisk year, right? So you 28% less shopping than 2019. However, you still spent $9 billion. You can call that inflation. You can call that just spending more, on less stuff. But in 2019, there were more shoppers, but you spent $9 billion. This, in 2021, there were less shoppers, about a quarter less shoppers, but you spent the same amount of money. So come on, man. Let's do something different. Don't go spending all your money there. Get your dough straight. All right. It was also kind of an easy day in the stock market to see where the strength was, right? So we'll highlight that a little bit, but let's dive into it. Let's see. What do we have here? That's the VIX. Let's go on over to the NASDAQ first. NASDAQ was the strongest today, and I mentioned a second ago, easy to see where the strength was, because if you look at the NASDAQ, we reversed 100% of Friday's declines. So you had a big Friday drop, of course, not here, markets going crazy on Friday. Also lighter volume, so easier to manipulate markets there. The NASDAQ is the strongest year to date, so it remains the strongest year to date and the strongest today, of course, reversing all of Friday's move there. And a lot of that was going to be led by the semiconductors. So if we take out Moderna, you've got Lam Research breaking a new highs there. NVIDIA continuing to be a dominant player, and especially in that everybody's trying to figure out the metaverse right now. It's one of the big stocks in that space. You got AMAT. Great little pullback after the breakout, right? So you see long consolidation. It finally breaks out. Here's your first pullback, right? A lot of technical traders looking at that today with a strong sector overall. NXPI Semiconductors also strong. Microchip, all of these either reversed all of Friday's losses or even more than Friday's losses. So looking pretty good there. Now, if you look at the S&P, you've got the S&P in second place year to date, and it reversed half of its day's gains, right? So NASDAQ led his first place, reverses all of it. S&P reverses about half of the day. Not too bad there. If you're looking inside the S&P, it's going to be biotech and the semiconductors as well. Moderna takes first place. There it goes. So Moderna takes first place. In fact, like the top four performers in the S&P were also the top four performers in the NASDAQ as well. You got Constellation Brands, or Seagate, I'm sorry. Seagate is STX off the 20-day moving average there. Tesla with a decent day, up 5%. Nice strong there. We'll cover that in a little bit. And so as far as the S&P goes, we're not nibbling, not chewing, but we're taking a massive chunk out of Friday's declines there. It's almost like it's not part of the action, or not part of the overall uptrend. And we've seen that a lot lately, where there will be these sharp moves to the downside and then just erase. I'll cover something here for you in just a second. Let me go to the Dow first. So this one's in really third place year to date, last place of the majors, but third place year to date. And it also came in third place today as far as erasing only about a third of Friday's declines there. Now, really, Salesforce was the leader here today, about 4.25%. Be careful on Salesforce. So they report earnings tomorrow. Beats 80% of the time, 97% of the time beats on sales. And the last two earnings reports, there was actually a positive move. So you could see it. You could look right at the charts here. So here's the last earnings report, got a positive gap there. Here's the one before that, you got a positive gap. The two before that were negative and to the downside there. So you got about a 50-50 shot if you're looking over the last year. But all in all, Salesforce having a more positive reaction to earnings lately, considering that's in an uptrend and everything. So as far as the Dow goes today, that was that was your big leader on the day. And then you had United Healthcare. Had a lot of weight on the Dow today because it's a $450 stock, bouncing off almost the 50-day moving average, continues to be really strong. The healthcare stocks in general, not biotech, but healthcare. You got a lot of interesting patterns showing up there as far as for the bulls, if you're looking at that. As far as the Guess the Dow, we have two exciting things here real quick. The first, we've got our winner, right? Let's see if we can go over to the winner. Glade's our winner? Glade's the winner, $100, not a client. Going to take the gift card there, 34922884. Good guess there, Glade. You're our winner. I don't recall seeing Glade in the leaderboard there.
Nowhere close. This is off of Friday.
Because of Friday, yep. So congrats there. Last second winner, apparently, Glade, with that drop getting there. Now, pay close attention. Here's what we're doing. You have this week to guess the Dow for the end of the year. We're going to do one more Guess the Dow, but it's going to be a mega Guess the Dow. So you got between now and Saturday at noon is when the cutoff is. It's 11 now with daylight savings. So you've got basically this week, put your guess in where you think the Dow closes. First place, we'll announce it the first available day. It was January 2nd. We come back. So first place will be $500. Second place, $250. And we'll do a third place for $100. So we're going to do 3 people there, and you can do gift card, credit to the account, whatever you like. But it's going to be a mega, we'll call it a mega Guess the Dow. So there will be no weekly Guess the Dow. We're just going to do it right. Take your guess this week where you think it's going to finish the end of the year. And we'll do 500, 250, and 150 for first, second, and third place. And the reason we're doing that is I'm not allowed to give you more than $100, but we have a sponsor for this. And I put the link in the description below. It's actually my daughter. We were just trying to find a way where we could give more money. So I don't know if this is really legal or not, but she makes little jewelries and stuff as she's practicing. So you don't have to buy anything, but I'm just saying that is who the sponsor is. If you want to go, if you like jewelry and things like that, you of course go check it out. Support the little kids making the jewelry. It's pretty cool stuff and it's seasonal things. But she will be awarding the first place, second place, and I will award the third place because that's $100 and we're allowed to do that. So I'll say this every day. Do you have a question over there?
I do have a question.
You have a question?
Yeah, what if I guess today for next week's close?
So if you guess today, it will go on our report that comes out on Saturday. It won't count for next week's close. It's going to count for the end of the year.
So I should guess again.
If you guessed last week for this week's close, you should guess again. Put the same guess if you want, or you can change it. But we'll allow you to go back in there and just take one last shot for the rest of the year. And then that's a pretty good price, I think, right? Maybe step it up a little bit. I've wanted to step it up. I was looking for a loophole as a way to do it. So I didn't tell my daughter, by the way. So if anybody actually buys something, she's going to be like, who in the world is this? What?
Well, I can't say you have a sponsor and then you have the top tool without being sponsored.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. I mean, she knows she's sponsoring this. I think everybody gets the gist of this, but if you don't, financial advisors are not allowed to give away more than $100. So our sponsor, who I will alert in a little bit, the Eternal Crystal Company on Etsy, she's gonna, yeah, you got me there. Now I'm thrown off, man. Anyways, that's what we're doing for the end of the year. We'll have some fun with that. So I hope you play. It's free to play. You don't have to buy anything. It's not marketing for us or for her. It's just a fun way to say, hey, we want to make this a more interesting game. All right, back to the markets because that's all we really care about. And I know I can get that right. So here we go. Hey, this was not a shock, right? So that's where I was going with this. To the charts. The S&P here. So remember, first of all, that Monday is the better day. We just showed this last week. So since we hit that low in the COVID, during the COVID low in March 23rd, Mondays have been the best performing day. So if that's the only data you had from last week's show, you know Well, kind of normal for Monday to be a good day compared to the others. Maybe not, a 1 and 2% day like we saw today, but above average. So you know to expect above average performance there. Now, in our notes from Jazz, which is just an email that I do for clients every weekend, I actually pointed out the drop in the stock market, shared a bunch of data, and said, actually, this drop, the odds are we're going to go higher by 2% than we are going to go lower. And I hope we would go lower, but I'm going to share just a piece of that data with you here so I don't, make them mad. But look, here is really interesting. This is every week after any one day where there was a drop in the market of at least 1% due to a COVID headline. Because what just happened, right? We just had Friday, news comes out, Omicron, it's the new virus all of a sudden, and we got vaccines ready and all this great stuff. Well, that was a COVID headline. There was nothing else in the market that caused the drop in the market. So what we did is we looked back for every other time since we hit that COVID low, where was there a COVID-related headline that caused the market to drop 1%? You with me? So you get what we're looking at here. Well, this was actually the 11th time. There were 10 other instances with their dates here, and if you're a client, go look at the notes from Jazz. I actually took the headlines of each individual day so you know why the markets fell. But these are 1 week later. What did the market do after a COVID headline causing the markets to fall by 1% or more? So the only time we were down was March 27th, which was just a few days after the COVID low, and we were down 2%. Other than that, you can see all positive gains here and actually quite strong reversals there in the 9 of the 10 other times that this happened. So it's very normal for a COVID headline to cause shock in the stock market in a one day, big 1% or greater down day, and then to have the market just go right back up. Right? The average of all of this is actually 2%. So the average 1 week return following a COVID headline decline of at least 1% is a 2% return, right? It was only lower one other time there. And in many of the cases, we return more than what the COVID headline shock was in terms of the performance to the downside there. So really using those two things, there's no, you know what I mean? There's no real shock there in terms of the market recovering. That's why we make the title of today's video, today's reversal is not really a surprise if you're using data. Now, easier said than done, right? If you still saw the market on Friday, you'd be like, I don't know. Should I buy something or what? What's going on there? All right, moving on, we've got crude oil also recovering, but not as much as you would have thought there. Crude oil was actually up a lot higher. It finished the day up 3%, but boy, we had started to recover just about half of that here. OPEC Plus, which includes Russia and some others, meets on Thursday to talk about output again. So that's really going to hold the oil markets hostage until then. We have our normal oil inventory numbers coming out Wednesday, and then the OPEC meeting is kind of like early in the morning for us on Thursday. So we'll see what happens there. What else do we have? That's all we got, for that. We'll move on to the new highs and lows for the day. This is actually the first day in quite a while where the new lows outpaced the new highs. So you can see not everything was willing to participate with the markets today. I'll start with Disney as being one of them, not Dish. Disney was, it just broke to new lows on the day. So that was one of your new lows. I actually sold the 140 puts. I can't tell you why I chose 140. I see that as the position, but I don't know. So I sold the 140 puts on this one. To me, it was late. I didn't get it early or anything, but it broke to new lows and started reversing. You see that bottoming tail kind of thing that technical traders like to call it, after being oversold and extended to the downside. I'm hoping for a little bounce or a sideways move here, so we'll see what happens there. By the way, if all doesn't go well in this trading here, I think I'm just going to gamble on sports, man. I'm killing it. Did I tell you my game last night?
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
I had the Ravens 2.5 points. They won by 6, I believe.
Trading it doesn't work out.
No, I mean I don't know what this game is. Yeah, I mean I'm killing it. I'm playing with the house's money right now. I'm digging it, man. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on that. We got a game tonight, right? It was like a 1 point.
Yeah, it's going to be an awful game to go with that. Yeah.
Why would I not go with Seattle? By the way, side topic.
It's not good this year.
Really?
This is kind of do or die game, so they're going to show up, but it's not.
I think they're going to do it. Bet it all.
You're responsible.
Yeah, choose your own. Anyways, sorry for the sidetrack there. I got excited. I won a little money, and I've been on a streak. I don't know, like I started with what, $200. I'm up. I was over 1,000 at one point, and then I tried another weird parlay. Didn't get that. I'm at 872 after last night's game. I don't know if I'll ever see that money, to be honest. But I'm going to bet it all on something eventually. But anyways, let's move on here before I get in trouble. X-ray. So Dentist Supply here. I just thought this was kind of an oversold one as well. Kind of like Disney in a way. A little lesser known brand, of course. But rolling over, getting a little extended there. Maybe something for a watch list. I'll keep you posted. Lamb Research, I already mentioned that. I was trying to look for new highs that had also reversed all of Friday. Show me a little more strength. If possible. And Lamb Research not only reversed all of Friday, but reversed, and added quite a bit on top of that. So stronger than the NASDAQ and in a very strong industry today. Waste Management did the same. This is just a beast. Waste Management's been really, really, really strong. And Costco also, talk about a beast. I had thought this would have pulled back a while ago. Costco on fire, $554. How many of you have been around long enough? You remember Costco as a $200 stock or even less than that? So anyways, I thought Costco was an interesting new high there. Stocks in the news here, and then I'll take your questions if you're interested in hanging out for a little bit. You got IBM in the news. I clicked on the wrong thing. Right? Yeah, I clicked on the wrong deal there. IBM. All right, so Barron's over the weekend was saying that there was some insider purchases. No, I'm sorry, that this is one of the biggest bargains in the market. This is the one they were saying. They like IBM. Discounted here in the short term, you can see that that's obvious. And they said this is one of the biggest bargains you can have in the market. That's not a hard statement to make, but I'll give them credit for picking IBM because that's not an easy one to say, yeah, let's get excited about IBM. Moderna says their Omicron vaccines could be ready early 2022. That's quick, but there you go. We'll see what happens there. Dillard's paying out a one-time cash dividend of $15. They, I think they paid that already. Ex-dividend, no, they pay it out in a couple days here. Ex-dividend day was just the other day, so that's actually old news. Tesla, 5% higher on the day. Bloomberg said this morning, I believe, that their German factory should get started producing Teslas in December. It was, December. So good news for Tesla there. And also they're going to focus, Elon Musk had some emails that went public where they're going to focus on quality over speed and try to reduce some costs there. So good for them. Lastly, you got DraftKings stuck at lows, man. The thing just won't bounce at all. While it's at lows here, you've got a handful of insider purchases totaling $2.6 million. So insiders being directors, board members, CEOs, COOs, high up C-suite type people, buying $2.6 million worth of shares. Well, they'll take the discount, right? Notice that people don't do that with the at highs. And lastly, Merriam-Webster says that the word of 2021 is vaccine. Which is fair, right? That's probably if you can pick a word for the year, that's probably a fair word. Probably heard that one enough, huh? All right, let's take your questions if you have any. And I will get ready to, what do you think? Should I go with Seattle or I had already made up my mind. I can't even tell you who they're playing. Oh, the Washington football team. The Washington team. They have no mascot or anything anymore. The Washington team. Where are you guys from? Yeah, we get it. We get it. Not related to money. All right, cool. Let's see. Where's my stream over here? See what I can do. Shopping at Costco is getting expensive. I can't say I've ever had a Costco membership. I don't think I have. Yep. Yeah, a lot of questions in the air with the new variant. How crazy is it? You would have thought on Friday that it would have been a completely new virus. I mean, you saw some of the stocks, the way they moved. It's a tough one there. Hopefully it's not a big deal. You guys are Costco fans, man. I got nothing. I'm sure I've been in one at some point, but we have Sam's Club around here, right? Sam? Where's Costco? Oh, yeah, I don't. Never been there. But I assume it's about the same thing there. Yeah. Gold surging a little bit. I wouldn't call it a surge. So here. There you go. At least in the electronic session. Now, is there some? No, that's it. We're done. So no real surge there. It's just kind of quiet and sideways. Been a tough, I would agree, a tough one to try to be a focused asset if you're going to trade that. Yeah. Wow. So that's a specific question. You've got, so I can't answer that because number one, I can't tell you what to do, but I wouldn't know the difference. So you've got Dow 140 shares. Is that your whole position? Would you be taking 100% profit? How long have you owned those shares? Is it a large profit where you're just going to kind of screw yourself on the taxes and you could sell some now and some in January since we're so close? So what I'll say, just so I don't leave you hanging here, I will say that Visa is extended. And I would expect that the bullish traders on Visa in the short term will be rewarded. Now, I haven't been rewarded yet. I had sold the 185 puts, and due to this back and forth, I'm still down a couple bucks. Where'd I sell them at? Sold them at 430. The trade in 450 or so. So I got a little work to do there. But I think that that's, I'll just say I'm optimistic that that will be a profitable trade. An easy way to say that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. John's got a question on guess the Dow. Cody? We use the same data provider, so shouldn't be any difference there, but we can check it. Can you please share your views on Omicron, how it could impact the inflation worries circulating? So in terms of the virus impacting inflation, the only reason that I think it impacts it is if the Fed starts to say, well, wait a minute now, if there's this new variant out there, maybe we shouldn't taper as fast. If there's any hint of language like that, they have not said that. So I don't see anything else. No stimulus payments. There's no reason to believe that this is going to be life-altering at the moment. Remember, that was how COVID started, or the original COVID-19 started. Comments on Merck. Yeah, it's unfortunate there. They're also going to, there were some issues about whether their COVID pill was going to be that effective, but also I think they're abandoning, what was it? HIV, their HIV treatment there. That's why they were downgraded initially. Now, the other news about the pill came out later. Citi was the one that said that. Yeah. They said they think that they're going to actually abandon their HIV treatment and focus more on a COVID pill and obviously everything related around that. I don't know. I don't follow it that closely, but sure represents a pretty steep drop here over the last couple of days. That much is for sure. Yep. Mm-hmm. Guys, boy, there you go. That's how you get these people fired up. Politics and Costco. Any opinion about QYLD, pros versus cons, meaning what? A little more specific there. So if you don't know, or anybody that doesn't know, QYLD is essentially a covered call ETF where they do all the work. You participate in the returns or dividends. The issue, I guess, or maybe the con, if you're asking, is that when they pay you, it's like they pay like 19, 20 cents a month. When they pay you, that money counts as income. It's not a qualified dividend. So pros are you get a dividend, a higher dividend there, and a monthly one. But the cons would be that it is, if you're already making a lot of money or happen to be in a higher tax bracket, well, that dividend counts as other income. That could be a problem, right? We got a little testifying tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think you'll hear anything about that though tomorrow. I think they would be lightly tiptoeing around it as of tomorrow, unless there's some new data that comes out overnight, and I don't know. Yeah, Costco, that's their deal, man. All right, well, I'll check this place out, man. We'll see what Costco's all about. I always hear about their $1.50 hot dog and a Coke or something or whatever it is. So I don't know. All right, I'll wrap it up there. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. We will be back tomorrow, of course, to do this all over again. And tomorrow, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a study on which stocks are currently most highly correlated to rates rising and which ones would be, you would say, negatively correlated to rates rising or most correlated to rates falling. So we're going to see which, I'll do like 10 or something. So we're going to go through everything and find out which are the top 10. That way, if you think rates are moving higher or lower, you'll know if you own any of those stocks what to expect. So that'll be tomorrow. And I'm going to try to do it in a kind of a cool, different way. So it could be a flop. I don't know. It could be a flop, but we're going to try it. And I thank you guys for checking it out and putting up with us through all of our previous flops. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See ya.